Hey everybody, it's Katie Harrison, Philly Wellness Center, and today we're talking about semaglutide and asking the question, is this a lifelong commitment? Do I have to be on this for the rest of my life? And the other kind of big question I get is, well, won't you just gain all the weight back if you stop? So why even bother? And there's a lot to that statement that I want to kind of go over. So the first question is semaglutide a lifelong commitment? And the answer is it certainly can be, and it doesn't have to be. So interestingly enough, as I've dug into the research about semaglutide and how people are using it, and as I get into peptides, semaglutide, which it is the hormone GLP-1. It's found in the gut, it's found in the brain, decreases inflammation, has a lot of anti-aging properties about it. A lot of people are using it as a biohack. It's actually the number one biohack that people have, even if they don't need to lose weight, just to stay metabolically optimized, to decrease inflammation, to protect the heart, build bones, and regenerate muscle tissue, which is what all of the great things that GLP-1 does. So at some level, the question should be, why wouldn't you want to stay on it for life? But if you have commitment issues, I can totally understand that. So the answer is no. You don't become addicted to semaglutide. You don't become completely resistant to weight loss. What it does is that it really makes your cells more insulin sensitive. It could take some time. So I have had patients come and they have like 100 pounds to lose, and that's a lot of weight. Okay. And given that we want to lose weight slowly, like 1 to 2 pounds a month. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 pounds a week is what your goal is. You're looking at about at least a year on that to get that weight off. And there might be some stubborn fat, and there might be some other issues that are going on that need to be addressed. And we talk about those in other videos. But you're at least looking at a year to get the weight off, to get down to where you want to be, and to make the changes that are necessary in your life. You don't just take a wonder drug and then eat through it and drink and eat and do whatever it was that you were doing before. But it does give you the opportunity to make the changes that are needed for a lifelong commitment to diet and exercise. So a commitment, you need to make a commitment to physical exercise, strength training in particular. As you get older, muscle is the only thing that really is correlated with higher rates of mortality, right? You want to have good muscle strength. So that's a lifelong commitment, yes. And then taking medications is never like that's, there's budgetary reasons why we can't take medications, but if you can start it now, get the weight off, learn to eat properly, right? And this is where semaglutide really shines, because you might decide to give up sugar. I remember like 20 years ago, I decided one day that I was going to give up sugar. And I'm not kidding, within 5 minutes of giving up sugar, I had a sugar panic attack and just had to quelch that desire for sugar because it's so addictive. But on semaglutide, I can give up sugar. Like, I just don't care about it. I don't think about it. I don't crave it. So it's helped me tremendously. Now, if I go off of semaglutide, will that sugar craving come back? It might, but at least I'm out of the habit of desiring it, right? And if I do go back on sugar or lots of sugar, that's a choice. And the choice is to go back on semaglutide. So, you have to pick, which, the lesser of what it is that you're worried about. So, sugar seems to be a lifelong commitment, unless you can break that cycle. And, will you gain the weight back if you stop? Again, this comes down to lifestyle. So if you haven't made the effort to make the lifestyle choices that are needed in order to sustain weight loss, then yeah, anytime you stop dieting, the weight comes back. It doesn't matter if you're using GLP-1 or if you're on the South Beach diet or Jenny Craig or whatever the case may be, even bariatric surgery, liposuction, the fat can still come back if you don't change the lifestyle. But again, this is where semaglutide really shines, because it helps you to make healthier choices, because you don't have the cravings and the desire for salty foods, sugary foods, even breads, like, and alcohol. That's another thing that's a big contributor to weight gain and disease in general. So yeah, I mean, you can come off of it, and as long as your lifestyle is really up to par, you're metabolically optimized, then absolutely, you don't take medications you don't need. However, at the same time, people do microdose this, and I'll talk about the microdosing in another video. But microdosing is taking very small doses, even if you cycle it, maybe you take it once or twice a month, and just very small to maintain your status quo, and that can be very inexpensive. And a great way to maintain health, maintain your weight, and just really biohack your way through the aging process. So hope this helps. Semaglutide definitely does not have to be a lifelong commitment, though I would suggest you think about it, because the alternatives are not great, like the sugar and the salty snacks and the processed food and the junk that we eat. That's really been a lifelong commitment that we need. That's the habit that we really need to break, and it's more expensive than semaglutide, to be perfectly honest. So hope this helps, and I'll see you in another video.